Hey friends, it's Mari here. I've got another layout here for you today. I am going to be using the gorgeous Denise collection from Felicity Jane. And I wanted to use this really pretty floral paper here, and I wanted to fussy cut a bunch of these flowers out for my layout today. My layout is a 12 by 12 layout, and it's going to be a really simple, clean layout. I'm not going to do a bunch of mixed media here. Just going to do some really basic stuff. And I really wanted to do kind of more of a horizontal strip through, not really the center, but more of a horizontal orientation with my photograph. And you can see here that my photo is in landscape mode, and it is a 4:3 photo. So I wanted to just kind of keep all of the movement, or most of the movement for the layout, kind of going from left to right or just side to side. So I'm going to take my photo here, and I'm going to do a simple mat with this really pretty pink patterned paper. And I'm just going to do just a really narrow mat on my photo. I have left a bit of a border on my photograph, and I'm going to just do some really simple matting here. I'm going to do a couple of layers, one layer with this really pretty soft pink that really complements those flowers, and then another layer that's going to be a text paper from the Denise collection as well. So I'm going to come in right away here with that text paper. I'm going to just do another mat directly behind the first mat. It's going to be going all the way around the edge of that first mat, and just add a really nice little text border to that first mat. So one of the things that I really loved about this kit in particular from Felicity Jane was that it did include a text paper. And 9 times out of 10, when they have a kit that has text paper, I'm really drawn to it. And I really loved everything about this kit. I thought it was just really pretty. Now I'm just going to use a piece of American Crafts textured white cardstock for my base, for my layout, just because I feel like that's really going to complement the clean look that I'm going for. And there's those fussy cut floral pieces there. So I'm going to use that gingham piece of paper, which was just one of the manufacturer strips off of one of the pattern papers from the kit. And we use that just to kind of ground my photograph and my little floral pieces here. And those fussy cut floral pieces are just going to go on either side of my photo. And here you can see that horizontal line going across the page. And I wanted it kind of in the lower third of the paper, or towards the lower third. And then you'll just see me doing some really simple embellishing here. Now these are some of the die cut pieces, or the little chipboard pieces. What I find with the Felicity Jane die cut pieces is they're just really nice and thick and sturdy, and I love that about them. I'm going to have a little cluster in the top left hand corner and then in the bottom right, just to create a bit of a diagonal line from top to bottom. And then of course the main focus will be that photograph across in the center area, in the lower third, in the center of that lower third area. Now this is just another one of the manufacturer strips off of another one of the papers. It's just a polka dot. I really love the combination of that plaid and then the black and white dot. I think those two patterns just go really well together. And you know, with the Felicity Jane kits, you always get the gorgeous dot papers. You get, you know, usually there's a bunch of black and whites, and I just love that about the kits. So I'm going to just kind of stuff that underneath that gingham paper with my tweezers here, and now I'm just going to take some liquid glue and add some of these embellishments on. So while I'm doing that, I just wanted to let you know I am using a different video editor here for this layout, and if you notice anything, if there's anything odd or things that you don't like or things you would like me to change, let me know. I'm just kind of working through kind of getting rid of or not using as much my old movie maker, and I'm moving towards something different for my video editor. So I've got a few choices, a few options that I've been working through here. And this one in particular, I'm using Adobe Premiere Elements. And it was not too hard to use, but I'm not really sure how this is all going to actually play out and come together once I upload it. So let me know if you notice anything weird, or if there was, just anything you might want to comment on. Let me know in the comments below. So you can see there, I wanted to add a bit of dimension with some of those bits in that lower right hand corner. So I just popped up that little heart circle there on some foam adhesive. And I'm going to just put these two little foliage pieces around my photograph too, just to add a little bit of greenery in there as well, so that it's not just all of the florals. And I'm just going to add some of my Art Institute art glitter glue in there. I love that glue, and I love the really fine tip. It makes it so much easier to use. And I'm going to use this die cut flower that matches the flowers in the main area where the photograph is. I'm going to put this other ephemera piece up here, and then a smaller floral piece. I will pop that one up eventually on some foam adhesive once I see that I'm not going to like that just flat. And I'll just add a little piece of foam adhesive behind that. One of the foam adhesives that I have in my stash is the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I love those things. I've used them for years and years with card making, and I still continue to keep those stashed in my craft room, just because I find that they're really nice, really easy to use. And I like the thickness of them as well. Now that next piece that I just added there, I actually put two of the little dimensional adhesive pieces on there to pop it up a little bit more. These are the yellow puffy alphas that came in the Denise, or were part of the Denise kit. So and actually maybe they were an add-on. I don't remember, because it's been a while since I bought this kit, but they did go with the kit, and they're gorgeous. I love them. And so I just lined them up on my ruler, and just to see the placement of them, the distance between letters and so on. And then once I get them stuck on here, I will just make sure that they're all straight, and I'll come in with my T-square ruler after and make sure that I've got them all lined up properly. So the title is going to be So Blessed. So the word blessed there in the yellow, and then I'm going to add a couple of other alphas and I don't know if these other alphas, just going to look here. They're on my desk. I can't remember. Oh, no, these other alphas that I'm going to use were actually part of the Megan kit. So I think this Megan kit maybe was from the month before, but I bought these two kits, I think, in the spring, maybe in May and June or something like that. Now, what I want to do is, and you can see that I added the word so there in black in those Megan alphas. And now I was thinking, I just want to add something else here for detail. It just was looking really plain to me. So what I did was I just split a spot on the left there just by tearing the paper. And I'm just going to add some of that text paper behind that. And so I will adhere it with a couple of staples and just with a little bit of repositionable adhesive just to keep it attached. And sorry, there it is. I'm just kind of trying to stay in frame here. I also changed things around in my craft space. My husband and I decided to move all of my computer equipment into my craft room. So it's now on my craft desk, which is actually super, super handy. I really like it being in my room. It did mean a lot of reorganizing in my room, but it was totally worth it. And his desk we set up into our office and whatnot. So he has that space for his desk. And so that actually meant that I moved my camera gear and my lights and everything. So I'm hoping that that you can see everything I'm doing and whatnot here. I'll have to see when I play this back, but hopefully it's all good. So now I am doing that exact same process on the other side here. Now the idea is not to have these straight across from each other, right? You want to offset them with the other side. So I just went up slightly from the other one on the other side. And now I want to kind of create a triangle with these, and I'm going to do another one at the bottom. So you can see that how they bounce your eye across the page through the photograph down to the bottom. And then the last one that I'm going to add will just be kind of down towards that embellishment cluster that's at the bottom of the layout. I'm also going to add a little bit of texture paste with, and this is actually one of my all-time favorite stencils in my stash. I love it. It's just a really nice, fine script text. And I'm just going to take my molding paste here and I'm going to add a little bit of this text here and there on my layout. I love how this just looks so clean, but yet it adds just a tiny little bit of detail. It just, you know, it's not super distracting, but it just adds to the layout in a really subtle way of that. And so I'm going to put it in a few different areas here, just off the page a little bit in that top corner where you see me adding it there, and then a continuation diagonally across the page and then at the bottom. This is about it for the layout. I would love to have you as a new subby here on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you liked my video today, please don't forget or don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up. And I hope to see you back here another time. Bye-bye.